All right, hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because in today's video, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be talking about KLIP, which is the Kraneshares China and Internet Covered Call Strategy ETF, as you can see right here. And what I'm going to do in this video is we are going to be estimating KLIP's dividend. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to be looking at not only the history of KLIP over the past month, but we're also going to be looking over KWEB's history in the past 6 months to a month. We're going to estimate KLIP's dividend. We're going to go over, I want to go over KWEB's holdings just due to the fact that they are due for a bullish trend, which is very exciting. And I'm going to show you guys exactly with some key examples in their top holdings. I'm also going to compare KLIP's dividend to TSLY and give you some kind of bullish news on KWEB for the future. So this is kind of a bullish video on KLIP and on KWEB. I do think over the next coming months, they are going to be doing very well. You might see a video on my channel coming soon, which is going to be buying more KLIP. I will likely do that either tomorrow or on Friday. So I will be buying some more KLIP. But without further ado, I want to say we are up to 3,375 subscribers, 25 subscribers away from 3,400 subscribers. So if you haven't done so, please do remember to subscribe. We're doing our best to make daily videos on stocks like KWEB, KLIP, and QQY or any other kind of high yielding stocks, and Tesla as well, of course. But yeah, with all that being said, let's get into this video. So KLIP, over the past month, KLIP has done fantastic. Now we look over the 1 year calendar of KLIP, going back to last January. KLIP has done very poorly as you'd think, but the thing is KLIP is also paying out massive dividends. So this kind of price depreciation has been taken out due to the dividends. Now when looking at KLIP, we can see here that over the past 6 months, it's had kind of a downward trajectory, but over the past month, it's kind of had a bit of a rebound. And when looking at the 1 month calendar alone, we can see KLIP hit a low of about $16.32, but is all the way back up to $17.38. So over $1 gain, which is great to see because I currently don't think KLIP's dividend is going to be greater than $1, and I'll get into that in just a moment. But that means that we're going to be receiving some price appreciation over the month of KLIP, and we're going to be receiving a dividend that correlates to about 50%. Now, what do we see in the underlying stock, which is KWEB? Because KLIP, for as we know, KLIP writes cover calls on KWEB. That is kind of like their main strategy. They are a cover call ETF. And so when we look at KWEB, here, we can see that over the past month, it's actually performed really well. Kind of at a low of about $25.78, all the way up now to about $28.12. And it's kind of started a little bit of a bullish pattern, which we like to see. One amazing thing is KWEB holds 10 major companies. They are the China Internet sector, as they say in their name, China Internet ETF. And basically, they rely on these underlying holdings to do well, and that's how their ETF does well. Now, these holdings, the top ones being PDD holdings, which we're going to go over right here, you can see over the past month have performed very well, and this was seen in KWEB's 1 month chart. But over the past 6 months or so, you can see that it's doing pretty well. Over the max chart history of PDD holdings right here, you could see that it correlates pretty closely with KWEB. With KWEB kind of appreciating up at certain times, being back down in kind of like a bearish trend, and then being in a flat stagnant period. But here, when we look at PDD, you can see we had this massive uptrend in 2021. It had a crazy bear market trend here that went all the way down to about $42, and the stock currently sits at about $120. So that's about a 66% decline, and you can see the recovery slowly happening. What do we see as well? We see this in 10-cent holdings as well. Going back to their 5 year, you can see it's pretty much identical to KWEB, but then going in the past 6 months, we could see that it was trading down just like KWEB, but this is another one of their major stocks which had a great run up in this month. Now, we see the run up in KWEB, we see the run up in KLIP. What does this mean for KLIP's dividend? I think this is going to be a great dividend. Now, my prediction for this dividend is going to be in the 75 to 85 cent area. I think it's 100. I'm going to say this. Okay, I'm going to say 99.9%. I'm very certain, there's a great probability that KLIP's dividend is going to be bigger than the previous one, so bigger than 70 cents. This is just due to the fact that it's going to be at a greater price point. It had a lot more appreciation, a run up, and therefore it should be greater than this 70 cent right here. So I'm estimating about 70 to 85 cents, somewhere about there. I'm not necessarily sure it's going to be about $1 dividend, even though KLIP and KWEB had great appreciation over the past month. KLIP share price has to get to about the $19 marker in order to pay these dollar dividends, or the $20 marker. And the reason being for that is because if they were to pay these dollar dividends, their share price would erode to zero in no time, and they cannot afford to do that as an ETF. And so they must limit their distributions when their stock price is lower. But as the stock price increases, as you can see here, when the stock price was back at $21, $24, we were seeing these dollar dividends. Now, if KLIP is able to get back up to those markers and appreciate away from the $17 marker and go back up to close to the $20 marker, we could see those massive dividends again. So that's why I think the dividend is going to be about 75 cents to about 85 cents, somewhere within that range. But that's not all for KLIP and KWEB, because there is some bullish news on them. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, the Chinese retail web sales totaled about $2 trillion in 2022 compared to $1 trillion by the United States. So it's almost double KWEB's kind of sector that it goes off of. The Chinese internet ETF and this sector, the China internet sector, is almost double that of the United States, which presents a really amazing opportunity for KWEB to appreciate. Now, one thing as well is China's internet population reached about 1.05 billion people in 2022, which is only 74% of their total population. And in the US, they have a population of about 311 million people, and about 93% are already using the internet. So there is still about 26% left to gain in China's kind of internet population, which could be a massive, massive increase when it comes to KLIP and KWEB, because this peak right here was only at about a 74% total population using that internet sector. Now, going to some highlights here, what I do want to say is these are some bullish news. Now, although COVID was a time period where everything was kind of slowed down, it says revenue growth was particularly high from China's largest internet companies in the second quarter due to a low base in the second quarter of 2022. And online retail sales increased 12.1% year over year in August, far outpacing headline retail sales of about 4.6%. So as the total retail sales was about 4.6% online, so the internet sector was about 12.1%, which is great. This is exactly what we want to see in the right direction for KWEB and for KLIP. And I just think as a whole, as China is kind of going out of their kind of like recovery phase and they're getting into it, I think there's going to be a great opportunity within KWEB and within KLIP, and that is exactly why I hold it. And if KLIP does appreciate, we're going to see some crazy dividends for the people who got in early. So that's all I want to say. We could compare it to TSLY's dividends, but you know what? TSLY's kind of been lacking for the past couple months, and KWEB has continued to pay solid dividends throughout. Even though they did drop, they didn't drop as much, and they weren't affected as much as TSLY. So that's another thing to point out. So with all that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, got a sense of where KLIP might pay its dividends over the next month, for the month of November. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, got some bullish signs on KWEB or KLIP if you are invested and you want to see more. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. We're up to 3,375 subscribers, so don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button if you did enjoy this video. I don't ask for likes often, so if you did, please do. I hope you guys do take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.